Okay, here we are. And so far, I am alone. This is my first meetup group on Zoom. There were 8 RSVPs, adds to the group. They took it upon themselves to add themselves to the group and say that they were coming to this meeting. It is 8 o'clock on the dot, so I will give it a few more minutes in hopes that a few will come in. And if not, I will continue. But hopefully they are on their way.
So is this the
Okay, so for the sake of moving forward and not making Ying Yu wait too long and to get with the program here, I would like to get started. First off, I'd like to thank you, Ying Yu, for coming into my first Zoom meeting. Um, what I'm trying to accomplish today is to meet like-minded people that would like to help people with their dreams, their visions, their goals, their aspirations, and turning them into reality. If you have any questions along the way, Ying Yu, please feel free to interrupt me, ask questions, give me your advice. I'm not looking to rule this. I'm looking for partners. So when I searched on how to start a nonprofit, one of the things that is recommended is getting a board of directors. Well, you have to have a board of directors, but I don't have anybody that wants to volunteer their time and efforts up front to help the community, and not getting paid at first. In the long term, of course, I want to build a business here, and I want to establish a way to help people financially, including us. Um, so today I was gonna throw some names around. I have two in mind. Um, let's be friends and dreams into reality. The reason why I chose these is I really want to build a community of people that are willing to make a difference. Um, as far as going out helping people, whether it's feeding them, clothing them. But at first, it's going to be a lot of time dedication, and I'm looking for people that can uh, build websites or coordinate events. I personally am a public speaker, and I will be getting out into the community in front of as many crowds as we can, and that would be another thing I would be interested in, is seeing if somebody else would like to join me. Do you have any questions so far, Ying Yu?
yes. I I I didn't know this is the like very first meeting. I thought this is already established and you're looking for new volunteers. But anyhow, can I ask some some background like what's your background like and some introduction and to get better understanding your goal here and your mission and vision here?
So my background, well, I have two kids. I have found the desire to make a difference in the community through a vision that I had, and a life goal or dream, as you will, to make a difference in the world and to help people in need. I personally went through a point in my life where I felt depressed, alone, and I didn't like feeling that way. And when I reached out, still to this day, it's hard to find support. It's hard to get back on your feet in this world, especially for somebody who has, like me, um, built a family and been quote unquote successful in society, and then losing it all and having to start all over in debt, and seeing people in pain and alone and on drugs really hurts my heart. So I personally have the desire to get out into the community and help people realize that there's a better life out there. and really just to help people be what they want to be in this life. I feel that a lot of people don't even realize that they can be whatever they want. So that's the gist of it. Did I answer the question, or is there a little more to it that you want to hear?
Yes, thanks for sharing the story. I think it's very admirable. You overcome those difficulty and wanted to help others. I share the intention, and I think it's quite a honorable thing to do. I also have friends are struggling. Um, I myself, as an immigrant, also went through a lot of difficulties. I'm at a stage of life, I think I am able to give more back, which is a privilege. But just like you mentioned, especially for people somehow get dragged into the substance abuse, it is very difficult. I see some of my friends' kids are suffering. There is very little. There's very little other people can do. So when I signed up for volunteer, I was I have no idea. This is what you plan to do. I thought just going to library and telling kids some stories, things like that. This is pretty heavy stuff, but I think it'll be very meaningful. We'll see how what's your plan is.
I'm glad you brought that up because I would like to share what the plan is. I would love to not only go to the library to speak with these kids, but also go into schools and to areas where there is, involvement of gangs and showing kids that there's another way in life because I too grew up around gangs and it's a hard thing to get away from when you're brought up in that environment. So one of the things I want to do is actually go out into the community and just talk with the kids and maybe get them out to play soccer, which is a thing that I do. Is I coach soccer for my 15-year-old and my 9-year-old, and I see that it really keeps them busy and motivated to get better physically and mentally. So one of the plans for this particular nonprofit, which I'm looking for help with. So this week I will be filling out the articles of incorporation, which will establish the business, and I could do that on my own. But when we take it to the next phase and involve the 501c3, that's going to be when I'm going to need the board to be involved. And I don't have a time limit on that because I want to wait for the right people that are willing to put their heart and soul into this. So to get back to the point of the nonprofit, I want to do this full time and I feel my job gets in the way. And at this point in time, I have to work because bills have to get paid. I have to feed my kids and I have to put a roof over our head. And I feel that by growing within a nonprofit organization with time, the board members can benefit from being paid by the organization with a salary that can free them from their 9 to 5 and maybe help them pursue their dreams. So that's another reason why I don't plan to actually dictate exactly what we're going to do with this organization because as I bring on new members, I would like to implement their ideas in with mine and find a way for it to all come together as a group because I feel that when we come together and bounce ideas off each other and start working together, those ideas will formulate into bigger, better ideas than just what I can think of. So I'm kind of leaving it open-ended, but I definitely have the foundation kind of thought of and always willing to change if, once we get down to writing the bylaws and the mission statement, if we all come to a different agreement, then I'm willing to do what it takes to help everybody. So also by starting this nonprofit, I also want to turn our dreams into reality and not just strangers. So everybody that comes aboard and that becomes part of this organization, I'm hoping they could bring their dreams along with them. So this is why I'm trying to find like-minded people who are willing and wanting to help others get out of their slump, so to speak. And thank you, Yingyu, for being so supportive in a manner where you're bouncing back ideas, you're asking me questions, and you're giving me your feedback. And at this time, I would like to ask you if you have anything else for me.
Uh, I didn't really prepare anything, and I wasn't also didn't know what to expect at all. It was a little bit last minute. I wanted to see if there's any quick volunteering thing I can join. I have a very demanding job. I actually work and have business trips quite a bit. Sometimes I even work on weekends. So I was looking for things I can quickly participate without very serious commitment. But when you mentioned kids and drugs and all that, it does strike a chord because I have volunteered before with an organization called Kids Start. In There are young kids, they living in very bad neighborhood, and I mentored this little girl for over 2 years until I have to move to another place because of the job change. So I know what kind of environment those kids are facing and the challenge and how powerless they are to try to change their fate. So I'm just trying to balance my demanding job and something I realistically can contribute. So I work in a global corporation in business development role. So I'm happy to be maybe a consultant to help unpack things, maybe analyze issues, or trying to figure out how to get grant in terms of having a unique feature or some sort of advantage compared to other nonprofit or organizations trying to get grants too. But in terms of day-to-day operation, I'm not sure I have that much time to contribute. But sorry, I might have disappointed you, Justin.
No, as a matter of fact, I would just want to say thank you, number one, for being here because what you're doing for me on this day is you're helping me quite a bit. You are helping me unfold my plan with a live person who cares. You're volunteering your time at this moment with a startup that is just from the ground. It has barely even took flight, so to speak. So what you're doing today is very powerful for me. It's inspiring for me, just your presence here. And in the future, if you were to show up again, that too would show me a lot, and it would help me a lot because what I want to utilize this group for, as far as the Zoom goes, it doesn't have to be just for the members. I want to collect a group of people here to help me with ideas as well. That's why I named this event Mastermind, because once I get rolling and I'm starting to spend the money that is being donated to me, I want to get ideas from other people and I want to show people what I'm doing on video with the money. So nothing is hidden, everything is out in the open, every dollar is accounted for, and it's ideas coming from the community because I mean, look, I have great intention and a great desire to help others, but I don't have all the answers. But I feel when I search within the community, I'll get really good ideas. So once again, just you showing up here today is way more than I even anticipated. I expected to be alone today. So thank you very much. Your feedback thus far has already got my mind thinking and helping me move forward with new ideas. And it's really encouraging me to have another meeting next week at 8 as planned. So thank you so much. And I definitely don't find it as a disappointment. And I just hope I'm not wasting your time because truly you are helping me.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I think it's definitely not wasting my time because just today I was trying to reach out to the girl I mentored a few years ago. And I was sad to learn that she dropped up school and started to having a very low pay job. And she's not interested to go into college. It's not a very great start for 18-year-old. So it was in my mind, and somehow your meeting, the organization you're trying to establish, related to this particular kid. So it's definitely not waste of my time, but in a way, I don't know how to put into concrete things people can do in order to change the things a little bit better. What I have seen or have experienced is I don't want to put a pessimistic view. I'm just thinking what is really realistic because I can see those. I have seen this particular one kid how struggling she is, and this this it's really challenging. I mean, to change anybody's fate if they were born in that environment. But at least showing them what is possible. So rest is on them. If they have the drive, they have the consciousness to change.
I think it definitely starts with that consciousness, that desire to want to change. And that's actually, it's funny that you bring that situation up because that is why I wanted to open the doors for basically an open partnership for those who show the effort that want to help here. Because I feel that that 18-year-old who may be lost could really not know how to go for their dreams. And maybe we can support them in that manner because I personally believe that that's what we all should be striving for is our highest goals and aspirations that we may even not think we can obtain. Um, I want to steer away from greed and just people that want money, but at the same time, who am I to tell them what they want?
Mm,
So
yes.
that's definitely one thing that I would love to do is find that 18-year-old who, everybody else might count out, but would bring a spark to this organization and maybe change the world. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a great vision. I always admire great vision. I think it's like you said, you need a team and you need an army to really change things. Uh, this going to be a collective effort for sure.
Yes, it definitely is. And I don't want to end this too short or keep you too long. If you have anything else you would love to discuss, I am open eared, open minded, willing to listen. I actually encourage any ideas that you may have. Um, but I value our conversation and thank you once again for being here. And before you go or after you go, I just want to go down this list of people that I'm looking for that may be able to help. So I'll let you go now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Nice
you.
talking to you,
Thank
Justin.
you for your time. And I sure hope to see you next week. And maybe I'll have some more people in here and maybe we can bounce some more ideas together. But that in itself would be a huge help to me, Ying Yu.
No worries. I hope to see more people as well. Maybe some description of what this meeting is for and um, little encouragement for people to join in.
And
Yeah.
I am definitely taking notes. Thank you for telling me about the Kids Start program. I'm going to do some research on that.
Good.
Um, so once again, thank you, Ying Yu, for your time, and I sure hope to see you again here on Zoom.
Thank you, Justin.
Okay,
Bye.
have a good night.
Bye.
So here we go. This meeting actually went better than I anticipated. Ying Yu was beyond awesome. So before I end this recording, there's a few things that I wanted to go over here. Some of the types of help I will be needing and looking for is help with a web design. Of course, with the board members, we'll get to that in the near future. This week, I'll be establishing the actual business. It won't be a nonprofit yet, but I will be looking for help with a web design. I'm looking for an event coordinator. I'm looking for somebody who maybe has a venue where we can invite some people to have a live conversation. These are some things that could be down the road or could be tomorrow. Who knows? This video I will share via YouTube, and I think I will be starting my own channel for this organization. Uh, Facebook page will be set up in the near future. But most of all, I'm looking for some community um, activities, looking for your help to join with me to create this wonderful organization. And that's that. Thank you for your time. If you have watched this whole video, I appreciate you.